Well, all right, we've done a test of the commutative property. Now we're going to do a test of the distributive property. And we see here that we've got three matrices, R, S, and T. And why don't we relabel these things as A, B, and C, because that's how we're going to enter it in our calculator. They're all square matrices, 2 by 2. So our columns and rows are okay. We know that we can multiply them together. And so here we're trying to determine, does the distributive property hold true? Because the commutative property did not hold true. So let's see, if we relabel these, then this S is going to become matrix B plus C times R. And we're trying to figure out, does that equal BA times CA. Okay, so we relabeled our matrices to fit our calculator, A, B, and C. And now we're going to go in there and do a test of the distributive property. Let's head over to the calculator. All right, so we're going to now test the distributive property. Of course, up on the screens where we did that test of commutative property. Let's clear our math screen. And so I've got three matrices to enter, A, B, and C, which corresponds to R, S, and T in your textbook on page 182. This is example 5, the guided practice. I'm going to go into second matrices. And I got A and B already set up as 2 by 2, so let's go edit the information in there. So now I'm satisfied with the 2 by 2. And I'm entering into my matrix A what is in your textbook as matrix R, which is 2, -1, and 1 and 3. All right, so there's matrix A. Let's go do something with matrix B, which corresponds to matrix S in the textbook. Go down here to B, go to edit, scroll down to B. Still a 2 by 2, I'm okay with that. And let's see here, I got 4 and 6 in row 1. Well, that 6 is already there, so I can take that. And then we've got 14 and, no, excuse me, -2 and 5. -2 and 5. All right, and let's put in matrix C, which is corresponding to matrix T, as far as how it's labeled in your textbook. I'm going down here to C. I'm going to set this up as a 2 by 2. As well, because that's what it is. And let's see, in that one I got -3 and 7. Make sure you hit the negative button, not the subtraction button. You get a nasty message from your calculator if you don't. And -4 and 8. And 8. All right, so I think I got everything set up. And now we're going to go first. We're going to see if B plus C times A, and then we're going to determine, does that equal BA plus CA? So let's go to our math screen. I'm going to second quit here, take me to the math screen. I'm going to put in a parentheses, and I'm going to go to second matrix and choose matrix B. Plus matrix C close my parentheses, and we'll multiply that times matrix A. And let's hit enter, see what happens. Okay, so that gives us a matrix of 15, 38, 1, and 45. All right, now we're going to test to see whether B matrix B times matrix A plus matrix C times matrix A, see if this holds true. And if it does, then the distributive property is going to hold true, unlike the commutative property, which did not hold true. So let's see, I got BA, so I'll go matrix B times matrix A B, okay, plus matrix C times A, matrix C times matrix A. All right, let's hit enter and see what we get. All right, and we see that we get the same result, 15, 38, 1, and 45. And that test then would indicate for us that the distributive property is true for matrix multiplication. Our previous test for commutative properties showed that it did not hold. Commutative property did not hold. All right, very interesting. And again, I think you agree. Let's use the calculator rather than multiply by hand, although you need to know how to multiply by hand.